The Great Collectibles here for an action figure review. Today we are looking at the 2019 Hasbro Marvel Legends Red Goblin from the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. He comes in the standard Marvel Legends box, comic book art on the side. Here is the short read-up on the back. Unboxing the figure, he comes with 2 accessories and the right leg Build-A-Figure. Here we have Red Goblin out of the packaging. In terms of the head sculpt, it is scary Green Goblin with the Carnage symbiote. In terms of his mouth, there is teeth, but his jaw is not articulated, but you can move it. So you can open and close it as so. The nose is pointy. His eyebrows are sharp as well looking, extending to the head. This is all sculpted details here, with the ears as well. So there's a lot of sculpt work done on the head. In terms of the body, it's a plain body. There's not any sculpt work done on it. This tendrils seems to be attached to him, like glued in. Yep, it is attached to the arm. So I guess that qualifies as a sculpting done on the figure. This one too is attached to him in this point. See? It's just swirly in a way. Well, it's a good touch because even on the legs, it is attached. The tendrils are attached, they're not removable. He has a tail. You cannot articulate the tail. I am trying, but there isn't any articulation, so it is firmly attached. It would be nice if it could have been articulated, adding a little bit of dynamic to the figure. These black details here are just painted. It's good fate work because you can see here, this lines continues to the arms. So it just continues. Same is true for the other arm here. In terms of the leg, it is the same as well. The lines continued. So there's not much paint job on the back except for the boots and not sure if it's a boots, but yeah, if this was a boots, yes, this is a boots. And on the hands here, he has a peg hole on the back wherein you can peg in this accessory, a few more tendrils. I assume that you can attach it any way that you like. So there you have it with all the details. We have the Red Goblin. The first appearance of the Red Goblin is in The Amazing Spider-Man number 798, published April 2018. This is part 2 of Dan Slott's final Spider-Man story, Go Down Swinging, leading to the 800th issue of The Amazing Spider-Man. The Green Goblin attacks the Daily Bugle, demanding for Spider-Man to appear. He asks Peter Parker to get Spider-Man or else people will die. Peter rushes to get changed to his Spidey costume. While waiting, the Goblin scares his hostages by saying there is a bomb. Finally, Spidey arrives and swings a punch to the Goblin. As Spidey and Goblin battle it out, people started to evacuate the building. Spider-Man wraps the bomb in a thick cocoon of webbing, then wraps himself in his own cocoon. The bomb explodes, destroying several floors and fatally wounding the Green Goblin, who was impaled by several shards of glass and metal. Spider-Man apologizes to Norman for failing to save him. Then Norman started to laugh as his blood comes alive. Goblin rises covered with the Carnage symbiote, calling himself the Red Goblin. Upgraded with claws, he immediately attacks Spider-Man. As Spidey distances himself from the Red Goblin, a trio of Carnage bombs follows him. To Spidey's surprise, the bombs does not set off his spider sense. Not only does this bomb talk, but they also bite before exploding. The Red Goblin warns Spider-Man if he does not give up, all of his loved ones will suffer, especially that Norman knows Spider-Man's secret identity. Spider-Man raises a flag with his tattered costume and retreats. Issue 799, Part 3 of the story, the Red Goblin goes after his son's family. Since Spidey cannot interfere, Human Torch and Clash came to the rescue but got beaten up by the Goblin. Silk and Miles Morales also came to help, but still they are no match to the Carnage-like Goblin. The Anti-Venom was the last to fall, then the Red Goblin transformed his grandson to his own likeness. The 80-page conclusion is in The Amazing Spider-Man number 800. Spider-Man finally came out to help his wounded friends. Spider-Man, worried about Mary Jane, swings to the Stark Tower. Red Goblin was a step ahead, setting his Carnage bombs, which also serves as his mouthpiece. Telling Spider-Man that he broke his promise to stand down, the Carnage bomb explodes. Before the Red Goblin can harm Mary Jane, Venom, the Lethal Protector, arrives. Venom and Spidey team up against the Red Goblin. Red Goblin, with his fang jaw, bites Spider-Man before retreating. Venom offers to lend Spider-Man the Venom symbiote, but Peter refuses. Eddie says he is exhausted from the battle and is tapping out. The new symbiote Spider-Man costume is part of the Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave as well. Harry Osborn rides the Goblin glider, demanding his father to release his son from the Carnage symbiote. Red Goblin resists, so Harry let go of the glider, which crashes straight to the Red Goblin. Spidey reacts saying, "Classic," which is a nod to how the Green Goblin died in The Amazing Spider-Man number 122. As the Red Goblin battles Spidey, he says he will activate the Carnage shards implanted in the body of Spidey's loved ones. Fortunately, Anti-Venom revealed he removed the shards. This drove Red Goblin mad. He went after a weakened Flash Thompson. Spidey comes to the rescue, taken over by the Venom symbiote. He punches the Red Goblin out to the heart of the city. Spidey offers the Venom symbiote to save Flash, who was dying. Flash refused, saying Peter needs it more in order to have an edge with the Red Goblin. Flash tells Spider-Man that people need him, calling Peter his hero and his friend before dying from his injuries. The Red Goblin unleashes his Carnage bombs to attack innocent bystanders. Spidey got busy saving people that it gave Red Goblin an opening to put him into submission. Spidey realizes Norman's greatest weakness is his pride. He told Norman that it is not his victory. It will be Carnage who will be taking the credit for killing Spider-Man. Horrified, Norman imagines Cletus Cassidy rejoicing over killing Spider-Man. Norman screams, commanding the voices in his head to shut up. Distracted, he let go of Spidey. Spider-Man separates from the Venom symbiote and continues to mock Norman being reliant on the Carnage symbiote. The Green Goblin rips apart the Carnage symbiote and battles Spider-Man like good old time. Spider-Man recalls people who rely on him and those he had lost, like Gwen and now Flash. Spider-Man beats Green Goblin but hesitates to end it. JJ arrived, aiming a gun towards the Green Goblin. Spidey shields Goblin and takes the bullet. JJJ asks Spidey why. Spider-Man answers, he has the power and the responsibility to save everyone, even his enemies. At Ravencroft, Spider-Man visits Norman Osborn, who is in solitary confinement. Norman Osborn says he will tell everybody the secret identity of Spider-Man. Norman started singing, saying, "Spider-Man, is Norman Osborn. Confused, Spidey asks who is he speaking. Norman says he is Cletus Cassidy. Another accessory that the Red Goblin comes with is this pumpkin bomb. I tried attaching it to both hands. It seems to work fine. He can grip onto it very tight. So there's the bomb. Sculpted like an eyebrow or a wing. The white wings here. And some yellow paint down here. And some black. And the red. In Instagram, I've seen a lot of photos using the glider from the Demo Goblin wave. It does fit really well in terms of his feet. It can peg onto that easily. So just showing you again. So you can just slide it in. It may go down inside, like underneath. Just try to slide it in and it will peg or slide on. So it is a good looking glider for him. A quick shout out to Payaso Dioramas who made the IKEA D-top diorama I am using as a background in most of my reviews. They have new IKEA D-top dioramas in stock. Just contact them via Facebook. I will leave a link to their Facebook on the description below. The Red Goblin action figure is 16.3 centimeters or 6.4 inches tall. According to the 1991 Info Trading card, Green Goblin stands 5 feet 10 inch tall. We can assume this is the same height of Norman as the Red Goblin. Some Marvel Legends size comparisons beginning with House of X Wolverine and Retro Spider-Man, Kitty from the Excalibur 3-pack, and Black Cat. Goblin comparisons with their gliders, Green Goblin and Hobgoblin. Armadillo, Build-A-Figure, and Kingpin. 7-inch scale Marvel Select Colossus and the Immortal Hulk. In terms of articulation, the Red Goblin head can look from side to side. You can look down that much. Look up a lot for flight poses. His arms can extend that far. It can do a full 360 easily. He has a bicep swivel right here. Double jointed elbows. His wrist can swivel, hinge, forward and back. He has an ab crunch here. Can crunch all the way down that far. Crunch all the way back as well. There is a little gap there. There's no paint that continues, but it's okay because it's supposed to be red anyway. He can swivel right here on the waist. Can do a split, not that much. He has a upper thigh swivel right here. He got double jointed knees as well here. He can kick that far. Feet can hinge forward and back, and this is an ankle rocker as well. Oh, by the way, he also has a lower calf swivel here. After reading Dan Slott's Go Down Swinging, a 4-part masterpiece story, I had a greater appreciation of having a Red Goblin action figure. Should you buy it? If you want to complete all Spider-Man villains, this 2019 release may be the only chance you can get this character in action figure form. However, if you just want the essential or principal Spider-Man character, this figure can be an easy pass. In terms of sculpt, it would be better if the black painted details are sculpted, like the Carnage action figure. For photography, it would be nice if his jaw and tails are articulated. Again, it was lucky for Spider-Man collectors that Hasbro took a chance to make a not so popular version of the Green Goblin character. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, and ring the notification bell.